I feel like he's a hater.
Okay.
If I'm gonna be a 1000%.
It's the Real Report show. It's all good. That's what we do.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
love
Yes, sir. Yes.
The tension between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis has moved to a whole new level. Crawford responded directly to Boots, accusing the young contender of repeatedly using his name as a stepping stone in his rise through the sport.
Boots, a whole motion is built off of Terence Crawford. He should thank me, to be honest. You know, because if there was no Terence Crawford at this pinnacle, who would they be talking about? Who would they be comparing him with? You know, I remember when he was a couple of fights in and people were saying, hey man, it's this little kid. When he was an amateur, you know, in the Olympic trials, they was like, man, this dude fight like you, bud. This dude fight like you.
Crawford also addressed what he felt was disrespect, but later made it clear that he does not have a personal issue with Boots. He actually pointed out that he has been supporting Ennis for years, going all the way back to the Olympic trials and continuing by showing up to watch his fights in person. Crawford said he genuinely wants to see Boots grow, improve, and eventually reach the very top of the sport.
A lot of people say, oh man, Bud always hating, like what
Boots, however, did not let any of the criticism throw him off. He pushed the negativity aside and remained completely confident in what he brings to the ring. Ennis continues to see himself as one of the best fighters at 154 pounds and believes every performance gives him another opportunity to show exactly where he belongs.
I don't pay no mind though. That stuff be bothering me, but like I said, I'm the best at 154. Everybody know it, and I'm gonna keep standing every time out.
Brian Norman Sr. also acknowledged the talent Boots carries, but questioned whether Ennis has truly done enough to prove he is an exceptional fighter. Norman believes Boots has the ability to compete with elite opposition, yet still needs to demonstrate the qualities that separate a very good fighter from a truly special one.
But I think he's no better than anybody else. I do not think he's a special talent. I have never thought he was a special talent. You feel that?
AOI stepped in to defend Boots, pointing out that Crawford himself faced similar questions about the quality of his opposition earlier in his own career. His argument is that Ennis is still in the process of building his professional record and should not be measured against the same standard as a fighter who has already spent many years establishing a decorated legacy.
Look at Crawford's career. Until the end of his career, Crawford hadn't fought anybody that people thought that had a chance against him. You know what I'm saying? That was his biggest criticism, was his strength of opposition. So for him to use that same criticism on an up-and-coming Boots not at the tail end of his career.
Andy Rory took a different view when comparing the two fighters. In his opinion, Crawford is still clearly ahead of Boots at this point in time because of his experience, technical skill, popularity, accomplishments, and commercial value. Rory believes Crawford's long list of achievements gives him a very significant advantage over Ennis right now.
I think it's attention, but Terence is on another level right now. I mean, he's on another level.
When you say another level, do you mean like marketability-wise, name-wise, or you mean talent-wise?
All the above.
Bob Arum also explained why Crawford has always been such a difficult fighter to prepare for. One of Crawford's greatest weapons is his ability to fight comfortably from both orthodox and southpaw stances. That flexibility constantly forces opponents to readjust their approach throughout a fight. Arum believes Crawford's unpredictable style has been one of the primary reasons behind his success throughout his entire career.
Crawford is an awfully good fighter, and you know, it would take a real wizard to beat him. Crawford has something that no other fighter around has, and people haven't commented on it, and that is he fights equally well as a southpaw or as a right-hander. And so when you train for a fight, usually the fighter he's fighting trains for him as an orthodox fighter, right-handed fighter. And so from the first round on, he'll turn southpaw, and the guy isn't ready for him. That's what beats Spence.
While the Crawford discussion keeps going, attention is now shifting toward what could come next for Boots. A potential showdown between Jaron Boots Ennis and Sebastian Fundora is becoming increasingly appealing, with the possibility of both fighters moving toward a major junior middleweight clash in the near future.
Well, if you listen to Boots, what's next? Boots already sound on Fundora. I think Fundora is one of the best fighters.
Boots Ennis has also shown genuine respect for Fundora as a potential opponent. He described Sebastian as one of the top fighters in the 154-pound division and said he would welcome the chance for his son to face him. Boozy even suggested the fight could potentially take place later this year, indicating that real interest exists on their side in making the matchup happen.
I think Fundora is one of the best fighters in that division, and Boots sound Fundora. So Fundora said he's going to fight Boots. So it'll probably be in December. Probably be. I'm just throwing it off because Fundora going to fight.
Boots himself is open to the Fundora challenge. He sees the fight as exactly the kind of major matchup that boxing fans have been waiting and asking for. Fundora brings championship experience, extraordinary height, and unusual physical traits, giving Ennis another platform to prove himself against one of the most difficult opponents available in the division.
Because he got a belt and he's 6'5" or 6'6" or something like that. That's something that everybody gonna want to go see that. Like, they want to see how I match up against.
Robert Garcia sees several problems for Boots in that matchup. He believes Fundora's height, awkward movement, and physical advantages could make things very difficult for Ennis throughout the fight. Garcia has also noticed clear improvements in Fundora's overall game. And because of the styles involved, he believes Sebastian could hold the advantage if the two eventually share the ring.
Against Fundora, man, I think it's tough, man. Fundora has a style that's not going to make you look good. I would say I favor Fundora on that one, man. It's a fight that's not gonna be easy for Boots because styles make fights, and Fundora lately, since he became champion, he's getting better and better and better. There ain't nothing stopping Fundora.
Garcia went even deeper into the matchup and broke down why Fundora can be such a frustrating opponent to deal with. In his view, the best way to attack the tall champion is to apply constant pressure, go to the body, and stop him from controlling the rhythm of the fight. Boots typically relies more on speed, movement, timing, and clean technical boxing rather than non-stop pressure, which leads Garcia to question whether Ennis's natural style will be enough to handle Fundora's unusual physical strengths.
It's not gonna give up, and he's gonna keep coming, working the body, and just kind of bullying Fundora into a fight, pressuring him into a tough fight. I think that's the style that might hurt Fundora. But Boots could also fight smart. He's he's got good footwork too. He's got good speed. So I don't think Boots is the type of brawler that's gonna push Fundora back. So I think that right there, I favor Fundora on that one. I think so. I think it's probably
Brian McIntyre showed respect for both fighters while discussing the potential matchup. He praised Fundora for rebuilding himself after suffering the first loss of his professional career. McIntyre also credited Boots for successfully handling tough challenges throughout his climb up the division. From his perspective, both fighters have shown enough at the highest level to make their eventual meeting a very significant event for boxing fans everywhere.
With the range and the height he got, even though he'd been beat before, since then he's just been cleaning them up. And so we all waiting to see, when those two or three, like the four kings, when they tangle. So we, as boxer fans, we just sit back and wait.
Yeah. Is it kind of nice to not be part of that, the politics? You could be a fan.
I love it.
You don't have to deal with the nonsense, right?
I love it, man. I love it. I love the part that, like you said, just sit back and watch them, see how it all play out. And so, Boots,
Tim Bradley leaned toward Boots when looking at the matchup from a style perspective. He believes Ennis has the athleticism and offensive variety needed to handle Fundora's enormous size and reach advantage. Bradley specifically pointed to Boots' hand speed, powerful combinations, quick reactions, and body attack as weapons that could create real and serious problems for the much taller champion.
Style that I believe that can give him fits because of his elusiveness. And Boots is quick on the trigger. He's not as long as this guy, but he got about 74. This other, Fundora has about 80-inch reach. But he has a quick first step. He throws combinations. He is a risk taker. He's a hell of a body puncher. He has a large toolbox, I think. that can give a guy like
Bradley also fully understands why Fundora remains such a dangerous assignment for anyone. The champion's huge frame, southpaw stance, power, and improved ability to manage distance make him extremely hard to figure out. Bradley explained that anyone trying to get inside must be ready to deal with Fundora's constant offense. Even after experiencing a knockout loss, Bradley still considers Sebastian one of the most challenging opponents available at 154 pounds.
Could give Boots a run from his money. He could. And I only say that because of his attributes. Not because of his boxing skills. It's because of his attributes. That's why. This guy has, and it's Sebastian Fundora. You guys know who he is. He's a southpaw too, right? He has range. He has volume. He has punching power as well. Okay? He knows how to keep his distance. He's difficult. I know he's been knocked out before. I know that. But you got to go through a dang rain of fire to be able to get close to this guy.
Eddie Hearn focused on another major factor in the potential fight, specifically Fundora's unusual physical and stylistic combination. Hearn believes those qualities make the champion very difficult to properly prepare for. Still, he has genuine confidence in Boots' ability to make adjustments, pointing to Ennis's intelligence, versatility, and problem-solving ability inside the ring as reasons he could eventually find the right answer.
Adapt to everything, and that's the problem. A lot of these guys, no disrespect to Keith Thurman, but he's been done for a while. Yeah. But Tim Zhu, these kind of guys, they're all great fighters, but they just can't adapt to styles. Josh has got an unbelievable IQ. Boots has probably got the best IQ in the game, I think. They can adapt in those kind of fights, and that's what you need to do, because Fundora is a massive problem. Yeah. Because how do you prepare for it? I mean, so until you get in there, start getting hit by these fucking arms.
John Porter also sided with Boots because of the tools Ennis brings into every fight. He highlighted his speed, explosiveness, athleticism, and well-rounded boxing ability as key strengths. At the same time, Porter warned that Fundora's strange rhythm and extraordinary physical dimensions create a challenge that very few opponents can properly replicate during training camp. According to Porter, the preparation and the game plan could matter just as much as raw talent when this fight happens.
Looks like he's supposed to beat Sebastian Fundora because he's so fast, because he's so electric, because he's shown tremendous power, because he's shown so many different movements and techniques, and everything jumps off the screen when it's Boots Ennis. But then when you got, like I always like to say, another weapon standing across from you, negating some of the things you do, forcing you to turn off some of the stuff you do. Now, here's the thing that makes this guy dangerous to Boots. What I feel I know about Boots, I don't know if they game plan. To me, it seems like Boots is like, and Dad Bozy, we just gonna get you ready. Can't nobody beat you. Well, sometimes you gotta get ready for the guy across from you. And what I now know about this dude, he getting ready for who's across from him. And that's why I'm breathing like that, because I know without a shadow of a doubt, he's going to be ready, he's going to have the right weapons, and he's going to be...
Ali Malignaggi focused heavily on how much Fundora has evolved as a fighter. He believes Sebastian has become more composed, more complete, and more disciplined compared to the version fans saw earlier in his career. Malignaggi pointed to improvements in movement, range control, and overall decision-making throughout a fight. Even with all those changes, Fundora still carries the tremendous size, toughness, and physical strength that have made him such a difficult opponent to deal with in this division.
A lot of adjustments to his style since he's getting better. Fundora's getting better, and Fundora's becoming more and more difficult to deal with. He's understanding how to adjust his distance, and a guy who knows how to measure his distance is a 6'5", 6'6", a junior middleweight is very, very tough. This Fundora is a bit more difficult to get to, but he knows how to take the half steps back, push out, slide in and slide out, and make you pay. He can still punch and he can still...
Gary Russell Jr. explained that Boots will need a very detailed and well-prepared strategy if he wants to beat Fundora. Russell believes natural talent alone will not be enough given the champion's unusual physical dimensions. Ennis will need to find the right moments to close the distance, keep his feet moving, apply smart pressure, and make sure his offense is properly balanced with responsible defensive work throughout the fight.
It's his man down. It's always like they either the same height. The styles make it where as though they just like in the center pocket, middle of the ring, and they just going like skill for skill. You know what I mean? With this 7'8" tall guy, he like 7'8". He's not about to stand there. He might, you know, but Boots is really going to have to show a different side of his ability. He's going to have to walk forward. He's going to have to move his head a lot more, not just be defensive discipline, but he's going to have to work in between. He's going to have to be defensive and offensively equally as good. You know what I mean? He's going to work it together simultaneously.
Chris Algieri also broke down why preparing for Fundora presents such a uniquely difficult problem. His extreme size and unconventional approach are very hard to replicate during training camp, meaning opponents cannot easily recreate the same kind of challenge they will face on fight night. Algieri praised Fundora's development, especially his patience, improved jab, and stronger defensive awareness. At the same time, he believes Boots carries enough ability and versatility to genuinely compete with anyone at 154 pounds. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.